Hello, Rhonda and Bonnie. My name's Kyle. I'm going to be your social worker today.
Hi, Kyle.
You were referred to me from social services, and I understand that you guys have some issues that you're trying to work through.
We do.
Okay. First, I want to start off by telling you guys that everything we talk about in our session will be kept confidential unless you tell me something that could potentially harm yourself or somebody else. At that point, I'd be obligated to notify authorities. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, who wants to start?
I can start by just saying my issue is my sister spends a lot of money like gambling, maybe like buying tickets or maybe play bingo a few days a week. Just not a lot of the money being spent on her social life herself instead of as opposed to her children or their, you know what I mean. And then her kids have to be picked up from school, or can you see that someone, Sarah has a ride home from the bus or something, and like that. But
Okay, Bonnie, I understand that your sister here is telling me that she feels you're having an issue with gambling. Do you feel like gambling is becoming an issue in your life?
Sometimes it is.
Like, when is it that you feel it comes into being a conflict in your life?
Well, I don't think it's really a conflict. I think it's more, she feels that I like go to bingo too much or buy too many lotteries, spend money on lottery. And
I hear you say she feels that way, but the question is, do you feel like you're kind of going overboard with the gambling?
somewhat,
Okay.
yeah.
So what are some of the repercussions that have come from your gambling that you feel are a result of you gambling too much?
Sometimes I need to borrow a few dollars from her for different things, gas and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so I guess I do spend over the budget.
Okay. Now, Rhonda expressed to me that she feels like sometimes you're not able to provide for your children or aren't reliable for your children because of your gambling. Is this something that you agree with?
Well, it's more not providing. I mean, they're well taken care of, and they have food and a nice home and stuff. It's just sometimes it's a little bit like I said, how's Sarah gonna get home from the bus, or is Maddie gonna be okay? Could you have time to go get her from swim class? Because I'm gonna be here,
So the financial aspect isn't really the problem. It's more the quality time that she's able to give to the children,
Right.
And being able to provide them with rides and being there in general.
Right.
Okay.
As far as picking them up from the bus, or a dance class, or a swim class, or something like that.
Okay. Do you think that that's true, what your sister's saying?
Sometimes, yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
I need to do better. I need to change a little.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I understand wanting to make changes, and sometimes that can be difficult, but coming here today is the first step that you guys have taken, and that's a really good step. Hopefully, I can get you guys some help and help you to figure out how to work together. Maybe if you are having a little bit of an issue with your gambling, help you to kind of get that under control to where you don't feel as overwhelmed and you can kind of dedicate more time to your children than just your gambling.
Well, like even cut back, like maybe if you go 3 days, go 2 days, that one day that you would spend the money there, take the kids, go get an ice cream or go to the beach or, just something like that would probably help a lot with the kids too, as far as Bonnie, the children as well, so.
Does that sound like it would be interesting to you to get out and spend some more time with your children?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay. And do you think that you could take some of the money that you would normally gamble with and actually apply it toward spending time with your children and doing things that you think that they would enjoy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, Bonnie, when you are, or how many days a week are you going to gamble right now? And that includes lottery tickets, and that includes bingo. So you're doing that every day?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gambling every day.
Right.
Now, if you, in a perfect world, how much do you think your sister should be gambling?
Well, in a perfect world, just occasional, probably, here and there would be okay. Just to get out of the house, get away, some time to yourself,
So maybe like once or twice a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once or
Something like
twice a
that.
week. Now,
Right.
do you feel that you could maybe scale it down to once or twice a week, or would you feel more comfortable with maybe a few more days than that? Or
Well,
what
like
do
the
you-
bingo, I could go to the bingo only like once or twice, and but I don't know. I like to play the lottery. Like I have a number that I play, but I guess um, I could just like lower my bet on it,
Okay.
and then that way I'll still be able to play it, daily, and but I would still save money.
Okay. So you think, that you would be willing to lower your amount that you're betting, but you still want to continue to bet throughout the week?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, it's a first step, and taking steps are what we need to do, and any change is a change, and this seems to be a change in the right direction that you feel comfortable with. So I think that sounds like a good objective to meet your goal of lowering the amount of gambling that you're doing.
And then I can play the numbers, like I don't have to go to the store every single day like I've been doing. I can just like play them all for the whole week
Yeah,
on one day.
and that way it kind of keeps you from going into the store and feeling your trigger of wanting to gamble. Is that what you're saying?
Right, and I just wouldn't have to be going
All the
every
time.
day,
Right.
going to get.
Okay, so we'll say cut back on the number of times you're going to the store to gamble. Okay. Now, Rhonda, is there anything that you think you could do to help your sister meet these goals?
Well, I could just be there maybe more for her, and tell her I don't mind doing this, but didn't you go play yesterday?
Right.
Or didn't you spend, this amount on scratch offs yesterday? Doesn't, so there are ways that I
So
can
maybe
help.
hold her accountable.
Right,
Okay.
right. But a little more nicely than she's doing now.
Okay. Do you, maybe use a little softer of an
Sometimes I
approach?
get a little harsh,
Yeah.
yeah, because I get frustrated,
Yeah.
because I see it, and I just don't want it to get way out of hand to where we're in a situation where now what?
Right, and that's understandable because
When she
sometimes.
says it to me like she's my boss, and
Yeah.
I mean, she's. I don't mean to come off.
She's not my boss.
No,
Right.
I'm not. But I kind of want to feel like I'm looking out for her. But
Yeah.
sometimes I am a little bit more harsher than I should be. I should probably tone it down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I
That would
mean,
help.
so
if
it
I
sounds
did that.
like you're saying it's coming from a place of love, and it sounds like you're saying that it sounds harsh.
Right.
So maybe try to remember that your sister does have your best interest at heart, and maybe try to remember that it's a
The way I
sensitive
say
subject
it,
for her.
maybe?
And yeah, maybe just kind of your approach, maybe try to take a softer approach
Okay.
while still holding her accountable.
Right. No, right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, I'll try.
Okay.
In the next couple weeks, we'll see how it goes. I'll be a little bit nicer, not so harsh.
Okay.
on
Alright,
it,
well-
So,
It sounds like you guys are on the right path, and I'm really glad that you came in today to spend some time with me and kind of get started on your road to kind of mending these issues that you're having. I'm going to see you guys back here maybe in about 2 weeks, I'll say.
okay.
And in the next 2 weeks, Bonnie, I want you to try to not go to bingo as many times, because that's what we stated here in our plan. And when you go to play your numbers, maybe lower the amount of money that you're betting and play your numbers ahead of time so that you're not in the store repeatedly and wanting to gamble more.
Right, because every time I go to the store,
If there's a new scratch off, she's gotta, let me try this one because it's new,
Yeah.
and, so
Okay.
it kind of would help both of us, and then, like I said, it would be better
Okay.
for her as well as me, so.
Okay. So they sound like some things that you're willing to do and that you want to try to do.
yes.
Okay. So we'll put a little star by those. And Rhonda, over the next 2 weeks, while I do want you to hold your sister accountable, what I want you to do is try to take a softer approach with her and maybe not nag as much and just remind her and just let it be and see if those little reminders are enough to keep her on the path that she says that she wants to be on.
Okay.
So maybe just, try to approach her in a way that she's more receptive.
Okay.
Okay, so are these some things that you guys are willing to do?
Yes.
And are you willing to come back in 2 weeks to help or to meet again and reevaluate our plan towards your goal of not gambling as much?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys both very much for coming in, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.
All right. Thank you for your time,
Thank you.
Kyle.
Thank you so much.